Have you ever talked to somebody every day and still felt strangely disconnected? The messages were there, the attraction was there, the connections were there. You knew what they did for work, you knew their hobbies, you knew their plans for the future, and somehow you still did not feel close to them. That's the part I find fascinating, because modern dating has made communication easier than ever, yet many people feel less connected than ever. So why does it sometimes feel like we are talking constantly without actually getting any closer? And later in this video, I'm also exploring a question that I think explains a lot of modern dating. Are we confusing communication with connection? One of the biggest changes in modern dating is access. We can message people throughout the day, share photos, send voice notes, react to stories, check in constantly. A client once said to me, "We talked more in 2 weeks than my parents probably talked before they got married." And yet, despite all that communication, she didn't feel emotionally connected. Because communication has become easier, but emotional intimacy still develops very slowly. Human psychology hasn't changed nearly as quickly as technology has. I think many people assume that frequency creates intimacy. If we talk enough, we'll feel close. If we message every day, we will feel connected. But frequency and depth are not the same thing. Another client once said, "We spoke every day for weeks, but somehow I still felt like I didn't really know him." And I think many people recognize that experience, right? Because genuine connection usually requires something that constant communication doesn't automatically create: vulnerability. And this is where modern dating becomes really interesting, because attention has become fragmented. Many people are talking to multiple people, checking multiple conversations, managing multiple possibilities. Someone once said to me, "I was talking to 3 people at the same time and somehow felt connected to none of them." And I think that captures something very important, because connection requires attention, curiosity, presence. But modern dating constantly pulls attention elsewhere. Another profile, another message, another possibility. And when attention is divided, depth often struggles to develop. So, are we communicating more but connecting less? I think sometimes we are. Modern dating gives us constant access to each other. Messages, voice notes, stories, notifications, updates. But communication and connection are not the same thing. Someone else said, "We spoke every day, but I don't think either of us was really letting ourselves be seen." And I think that's a powerful insight, because connection is not built through information alone. It's built through emotional openness. And what actually creates connection? I don't think connection comes from endless messaging. And I don't think it comes from chemistry alone. I think it develops through honesty, curiosity, shared experiences, and emotional risk. Because eventually, people stop connecting through facts and start connecting through who they actually are. The parts of themselves that feel uncertain, imperfect, human. I think one of the deepest human needs is feeling understood, not admired or not validated, not chosen or understood. Feeling that somebody sees who you are beneath the profile, beneath the first impression, beneath the version of yourself you are trying to present. And that takes time. It takes presence, and it takes a willingness to let somebody actually see you. If you have ever found yourself wondering why a connection felt strangely empty despite constant communication, you are not alone. We have never had more ways to talk to each other. Yet many people feel less understood than ever because communication isn't connection and frequency isn't depth. We can talk every day, share updates, exchange messages. We can stay in contact and still never really know each other. So perhaps the question worth reflecting on is this: are you building communication or are you building connection? Because one creates contact, the other creates intimacy. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And if you are interested in modern dating psychology, attachment styles, relationship dynamics, and emotional well-being, subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.